I can't stay away from Australia.
Well, you're an honorary Aussie at this point. You've got the accent down. What was it like learning that?
The hardest accent I've ever had to learn in my life. So it was definitely a challenge, but I feel like I was accomplishing like a lot of levels and a lot of breakthroughs with the accent, but I couldn't have done it without my dialect coach, Jenny Kent. She's an angel on earth, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without her.
How did you know that Kaitlyn was your Belle?
I mean, Kaitlyn is one of the most extraordinary actors of her generation. She has incredible comedy skills, like you would see in Booksmart, and then in pieces like Unbelievable and Dope Sick, you know, she's the most empathetic, raw, incredible actress. But really, I had no idea how much of a hard worker she was until she arrived here in Australia, having perfected the accent. She was in every scene. We shot so many hours of her a day, and she would just run from the makeup truck onto set. All the crew completely fell in love with her because she just gave it everything in a way that was just actually gave me chills to watch.
She was incredible, and that Aussie accent, you can't even tell she's not Australian, hey?
No, and it was this technical feat. She worked really hard with an accent coach called Jenny Kent, and they learnt it like she was learning music or learning a song, and in between each take on set she would adjust a vowel, and just she was really determined to make it perfect.
Obviously Belle Gibson, huge down under, everyone knows her, but being from the US, had you heard of her story before taking on the role?
No, I didn't know anything about Belle Gibson. I had a few Aussie friends that I had asked them about Belle Gibson like in the States, and I had heard about the project and they had sent it to me, but it was not. I didn't know anything about Belle Gibson.
I feel like it was such a big pop culture story in Australia, and I was still a bit young, but I remember when I had signed on for this project, I was telling a friend about it, and I was in her house, and she was like, "Oh my God, wait, I have her cookbook somewhere." Yeah, it was like, it was such a huge story at the time, and I feel like she was such an influential figure for obviously better and worse, and so it was amazing kind of the ripple effect she had.
I think I had little bits of information, as we all kind of did reading the stories, but I really only had the headline, if I'm honest. Kind of getting deeper into what really happened, reading Beau's book and just kind of getting into all of the details, it really kind of blew my mind.